Welcome to David's Life and Observation with your host, David Welch. Today's David's Life and Observation goes over a couple things. Um, the first story we're going to get into is Aurora PD's murder of Elijah. And this kid was literally just walking. Now, I do understand a detention. Now, if you need to do a detention to investigate whether or not that person is the person everybody's calling about or whether that person committed a crime, I get it. I really do. But when you all and out just tackle a kid and kill him, you don't get to just ride off into the sunset saying, "Oh, we're covered by qualified immunity." No, you're not. You killed a kid, and the Aurora PD officers that are involved, not only did they kill a kid, but they went to the vigil where people were playing violins and stuff like that and pepper sprayed the entire crowd and broke it up for literally just not social distancing. How stupid is that? That these fucking idiots are going to go pepper spraying the very community that wants their heads. So the next major PD that's going to get dissolved probably will be the dumbest motherfuckers in Colorado, Aurora PD. And it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me that they're such bootlickers. They're such goose-stepping SS soldiers that they don't understand why the community at large hates them. I'm talking vehemently so. And then not only that, you're still not dealing with the Breonna Taylor situation correctly. All of those officers involved should be behind bars. They should be charged with murder because that's what happened. There's another issue where a guy was murdered in his sleep. It was proven that when they did the raid, the guy was asleep and they murdered him. I mean, there's just so many cases to talk about. Now let's talk about Governor Ducey. Go ahead and close Arizona again. Like, listen, bud, you don't have the power to do that. And then how many false tests are being produced right now because the medical centers want money? It's insane. Plus, I don't know who's all getting tested because it's impossible to get a fucking test right now. Like, it took me 4 days of research and running from South Phoenix to Scottsdale to multiple locations that are booked up. Like, you can't even get in to get fucking tested. There's people that are probably COVID positive right now. They don't know because they can't go in and get a test. And all the centers that say that they're fast, quick testing and you drive by and they can test you. No, that's bullshit. Like, those don't really exist. Like, we looked. We fucking looked. And they don't exist. Like, they're lying to Phoenicians. They're lying to Arizonans. And they're falsifying these tests. They literally just want the government money to... It's the hospital's greed. It's not even people. Like, the hospitals are being the greedy bitches in this situation because they want everybody to test positive so that they can get government funding to help battle COVID. And it's insane what we're dealing with right now. And then Governor Ducey wants to go from, yeah, man, it's just kind of up to you or each city, and then it's like, no, we're going to go full retard and close down the entire city again. Let's go ahead and, shut down gyms, movie theaters, water parks, everything that makes life fun during the summer. Let's go ahead and shut that down. And then return back to the Phoenix PD roving around. Not even half are wearing masks. The ones that do wear masks, you got to look at the Phoenix police officer. I don't know how he does it because this dude's kitted up from neck to boot. And it's the same with the other departments. They're wearing dark colors and they're wearing about, I don't know, 40, 50 pounds of gear sometimes. They've got to be exhausted. These guys are pulling overtime because of the demands of their time, the demands of their, and this is going to go back to my previous one where I talked about whether or not we should defund the police and reallocate their funds, or we fund them smarter. Like, we do provide more money, but we fund them smarter, meaning we bring in people, former Navy SEALs, guys like Jocko Willink, and teach them different tactics. Teach them de-escalation, or maybe give them the funds to assign CERT members with them. That's an opportunity for the state to create a lot more jobs. And then how about we properly fund other entities like CPS, and we actually keep them accountable too, because how many CPS cases are there where the parents are on top of everything? They're on top of everything financially. They're still supporting their kids, even though their kids have been ripped from them. They're going to work every day. They've changed nothing but added more cost to their, and more stress to themselves, because the state went in and prematurely, based off of the lives of people, prematurely snatched a kid from a good parent's arms. And then you got parents that haven't seen their kids for years. Like, I was lucky to get mine back in 6 months off of a corrupt false allegation from CPS, and it was battling hard for 6 months, and I jumped through all the damn hoops and did everything they wanted us to do, and we did it. And not only did we do it, like, if we didn't do it and we didn't comply 150%, they literally told us they were going to keep our kids for longer. So you got CPS workers out there holding kids hostage. You got judges out there will do anything to side with CPS in order to make more money for the state. It's a kid for cash process. So they keep your kids for the money. They literally do it to get state funds or government funds to house, clothe, and feed the children. And then they'll run in and tell, everybody under the sun, oh man, you go ahead and get, certified under us, and we'll make sure you get, a lot of good money. And they will keep funneling foster kids to people that just wanted to do it the one time, because the foster kids that they're holding in their household are their blood relatives' kids. But I digress. So let's go back to Aurora PD and how stupid they are. First off, they need to charge and convict those officers for murdering Elijah. The cops that killed Breonna Taylor, also full court press, murder charges, the whole works. And you have just so many cases out there, and more are coming to light. Like, the roaches are scattering people, and then you got whole SWAT teams, you got whole departments of different law enforcement, like, oh, we're going to quit, we're going to retire early, we're going to do X, Y, and Z because we feel like the community hates us. Well, no shit, they hate you. No shit. It's like, wow, really? You wonder why people hate you? And then there's even people that are like diehard bootlickers, like, man, you're making it really hard to really lick them boots, bro. Like, it's kind of funny to watch, where you have people that have no recourse in their argument but just to say obey the law, but then you show them examples of people who obeyed the law and still died, and still got shot, and still got raided, and still no accountability for those police officers, other than they hide behind qualified immunity, which is slowly being stripped away from them because it's a smart move to do so. Anyways, thank you for tuning in to David's Life and Observation today. Full court press on those PDs that are really jacking up. So you're going to see more protests, you're going to see more chaos, and it's not going to go well for the PDs.